Kayla with the Celebration Company. Happy Monday. I hope you're having a great day. Y'all, today I'm going to share with you some new Paper Club designs. We have got some gorgeous new designs. So if you're a part of our Celebrate and Create Paper Club, then you were blessed this month because they are beautiful. And if you're not a part of our Celebrate and Create Paper Club, then you're missing out, and we want you to join. It's $5 for your first month, $10 after that, and every single month you're going to get 24 designs. That's going to include 16 full-size craft paper sheets, as well as an additional 8 sheets that have different signs and embellishments of all kinds of different things. So you can make so many fun things out of these. If you saw my reel that I posted yesterday, we've made so many things last month, and we're going to make lots of things this month with this craft paper. There are so many options. And this craft paper is created with something in mind, and that is decor. It's created with home decor in mind. So it's not necessarily created with like scrapbooking in mind, which you could totally use it for. This is more created for those DIYers, okay? So if you are someone who likes to make home decor, if you're somebody who likes to create pieces for your home, this is the perfect club for you to be in, because you're going to receive so many great pieces that you get to then just keep and reuse whenever you want to. So it's a really great value. And these are all custom designed by Mom and I every single month. So we're going to show those to you today. We're also going to make a cute sign. I'm going to be using this little sign that I got from a thrift store to make our sign today. So when you hop on, say hey, let me know you're watching. I hope you had a really great weekend. Let's see, we had a chill weekend for the most part. We took Griffin to a birthday party on Saturday. He was invited to an indoor swim party. And that was really nice. It was all his football friends, and it was fun to get to see everybody again, because it's been a couple of months since we've seen everyone. And it was fun for them to just be able to get rid of some energy. All of them have been cooped up in the house for who knows how long, at least a week and a half, 2 weeks. And they needed to get out some energy. So that was really good. And then we hung out on Saturday, watched the movies, did the same thing Sunday, went to church, did go to church Sunday, and then came home and didn't do much at all. Did a little around the house, but for the most part, watched some movies and just hung out. So it was good. Played some Mario Kart, all the fun stuff. So let's see about y'all. Hello, Danae. I had a great weekend. Hi, Laura. Hey, Gina. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Tina. Hello, Debbie. Oh, no, Debbie, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope everything's okay. Hi, Wanda. Weather is fine here. It's warmed up a little bit. It's 33. I think we are supposed to get a little bit of snow. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's happening today or if it's happening tomorrow. But it just is what it is. I just wish it would warm up and it would rain or something like that, and we could just get rid of all of this snow, because I'm over it. Hi, Michelle. Hey, Donna. Hey, Susan. Hello, Lynn. I'm good, Susan. Thank you. Hi, Jenny. Oh, no, Jenny. I hope everything's okay, and I hope your surgery goes well. Hi, Barbara. Hey, Rhonda. Good to see y'all. Kids are out of school again tomorrow, so we are on already. It's just February the 2nd, our 10th NTI day, and I believe we have used up 2 or 3 snow days. Right? 2 or 3. So we've used up 12 or 13 days already. We do have a makeup day here in a couple of weeks, but it's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. The kids are ready to go back to school. The parents are ready for the kids to go back to school, but our roads are just not ready for that. They are still a mess. Some of the main roads are fine, but there is parts of them that are not. And then we have a lot of country here, and those roads are not clear yet. And a lot of the subdivision roads are not cleared, and they're hard to clear because they're just ice. It's awful. It's awful. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Hey Pam, I am. Hello, Aletta. I just reminded myself of a Dr. Seuss book because I said Pam, I am. Oh, fun, Susan. I know, Robin, that doesn't make sense, does it? Hello, everybody. All right, so let's get into it. I know, Susan. And then Groundhog Day. The groundhog saw his shadows. So 6 more weeks of winter, apparently. Okay, so let's get into it. So every single month we design a total of 24 new pages. And you get a total of 24 designs. And with that, you're going to get 2 different variations. Okay, so I design a set, Mom designs a set, which consists each of them of 12 different sheets. All right. In each of those sets, there's 8 full sheet designs. And then there are 4 that are embellishments and signs, things of that nature. Okay. So you now get, and we've been doing this for quite a while now, what we call a little look sheet. And so with every set, you're going to get this. You can print this out. And what it does is it's got one of every paper on this sheet. Okay. If you get some extras, those extras may not be on there. This month, I included extras in mine because I couldn't decide. And so those extras are not on there. But you'll get one of each on here, so you can print this out. And then you can put this in a binder if you want to, or just put these in a folder on your computer. So you can just look at these when you're looking for a piece of craft paper. You can just look at these and you know, I want that one. And the great thing about printing it out is that you're printing it on your printer, so you're going to know exactly how the color looks. And so then you can pick which one you want. Then you just go to the file on your computer. That is your paper from February 2026. Find that image and print that one out. And you can just do just that one just by selecting the page number and print it out, and you've got your craft paper. And you don't have to worry about storing a bunch of craft paper and trying to flip through a bunch of craft paper, which is a pain in the butt. So this one here is called Grace in the Garden. This is the one that I did. And let me start with our craft paper here. I'm definitely out of order. Okay, so the first one is this one. And this one here, the great thing about this one is it's great for spring. It's great for Easter, but it's not screaming in your face spring or Easter. So it feels very springy and very Easter, but it's also something that can be used all year round for all kinds of different things. Okay, so we've got this beautiful floral here that's got the whole color scheme on this one is kind of this bluish color, a little bit of mauve, kind of a sagey green, and sort of a yellow, almost a mustardy kind of a yellow. Okay, so that's the first one. And then you've got a green, and this is a green stripe. So this one is one that you can use all year round for all kinds of different things. It's a very subtle background color. That's a good idea, Jennifer. Next, we've got this fun stripe, which is multiple colors. And it is this kind of floral, a little bit floral, a little stripe. This would be the cutest Easter egg. Would that not be so cute as an Easter egg? Love that one. But it's also got this sort of vintage wallpaper feel, which a lot of these images do. Then you've got another great background. This one is this kind of tannish, mustardy kind of color. And it's a little polka dot, just kind of like a small little dot there. Then we've got this white one, which is really fun. It's also really cute for Easter. It's kind of dainty. It's like a cream color, and it's got these little tiny flowers on it that are blue and mauve and peach, and then it's got kind of like this little stripe on there. It's got some polka dots on it. It's super cute, dainty, really simple. Then we have a plaid. So this is a blue plaid, kind of looks like fabric when you look at it up close. Up next is a pink polka dot. Again, a great one that can be used all year round. Gorgeous pink, a little bit mauve-y of a pink. And then we have this plaid, okay? So it's a beautiful plaid. It got all kinds of different springy colors on it. And then for this set, this month, you get 2 extras because I couldn't make up my mind. And so I've given you also this white sort of lattice-like design. And this one it's like a creamy white kind of a color. So really great background color and then, or image. And then you've got another floral design here that's got that same sort of yellow mustardy kind of background. And then this gorgeous floral repeat. So beautiful, okay? So that is the full size sheets. But then you also get 4 sheets that are images and easy signs, pieces that you can literally just cut out, throw into a frame, and you've got a beautiful piece of art. So this one here, you've got 4 different signs. These 2 right here are 4x6s. There's this beautiful sort of embroidered image of a heart, and then down here we have a Bible verse. This one says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time," Ecclesiastes 3:11. And then you've got some 4x4 images here. There's one here of this cute little duck. So cute. And then this one here says, "His mercies are new every morning." Then we have this page here. These 2 are 4x5s. They both have Bible verses on them. So the green one says, "Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything." Philippians 4:6-7. And then this one says, "But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Joshua 25:15. Okay, so some beautiful little pieces you can just decoupage onto a surface. You can frame them in a frame, and you've got a beautiful piece. You could also use these on the front of cards, different things like that. Then you have a 5x7 image here that can also just be framed, and it's this beautiful little cottage in the woods, all kinds of flowers. It's just gorgeous. And then you've got some tags down here as well. Some tags that you can cut out and add to your projects. We use tags around here all the time. There's a tag on this. There's a tag right here on this. We've got a tag over here on this. There's a tag on this. There's a tag up here. So you can see, like, we use tags a lot. So I like to incorporate tags because it's always nice to have one to add to something. And then down here, you've got just a little border that you can use. It's like a piece of washi tape. Then we have an 8x8 sign. This is this gorgeous image of this little duck sitting by a pond. And then we have some bigger tags down here. And these all have scripture on them. All the tags have scripture. And then this is a full-size sign. This one here is an 8.5x11. You could print it at just regular 100% and then trim it to 8x10. This one is printed borderless, so it's blown up just a little bit. But you can also print it just a regular size and then trim it to 8x10 to frame as well if you wanted to. So beautiful either way. So that is the one that I created. Okay, this one's called Grace in the Garden. All right. Next is Moms. And Moms is all about cardinals. It is not wintry. However, it is one of those that is just great for all year round, especially if you use red in your decor. But it would be great to use for Christmas. It's great even for this wintertime period, even though it's not wintry. And it also could be used all year. So this one's called Loved Ones Are Near. And this is a look sheet, so you can kind of get an idea of what is going to be on there. And so she has got try to go in order. Okay. So here is a beautiful floral. It's kind of like a vintage wallpaper. We love vintage wallpaper around here. So there's usually pieces that resemble vintage wallpaper in some way. But this is kind of this sort of ochre kind of color with these flowers in it that are almost, they're not really red. They're almost a mauve-y purple, but it could definitely read red because it goes so well with this set that's got a lot of red in it. So it's also got a little bit of distressing to it, which is really beautiful. And then you've got this sort of birch wood background right here of like a birch wood tree, which just seems to go so well with the cardinals. Now we have a red floral. So this is just a beautiful floral design. This could be used for so many different things. One of my favorite ways to use our craft paper is to print it on mulberry paper and then decoupage a Dollar Tree box like one of these. Hang on a second. Okay. Like one of these because they're just beautiful, and you can add like a little knob or something like that at the top. We did this with one of our previous paper club designs, and it was so gorgeous. I think Mom's got it, and I still love it. It's one of my favorites that I've ever done. So that's really beautiful. So this one is gorgeous. It's a red floral. Up next, we have another sort of vintage wallpaper design. This one here is great for all year. It'd be great for spring as well. It'd also be pretty at fall time. So there's lots of ways that you can use this. But it is this sort of stripe that's got this floral design on it. And it's almost an orangey kind of color. Up next, we have a background sheet that is kind of an ephemera like. It's sort of got a hint of like newspaper articles or something like that on the background, but it's very subtle. Kind of a creamy color. Then this is one of my favorites out of this set is this floral here, which has these gorgeous, and I don't even know what kind of flowers these are. They look kind of like dogwood branches, but just this beautiful floral design that's got these red and white flowers on it. So pretty. Hello, is it Williams family? What's your name again? I want to say Natalie, but I don't know. I could be wrong. And then you've also got this gorgeous floral here, which is also, this is probably my favorite out of this entire collection, is this beautiful floral design right here. Love that. How pretty is that? And then you've also got this fun plaid. It's reds and sort of creamy colors, and then you've got your embellishments. So first you have a full sheet here. This one is got the cardinals on it. So this is one of those. Nina. All right. Thank you, Nina. Good to see you. This is one of those that you could trim out to an 8x10 and frame in as an 8x10. You can use this to decoupage onto a wooden surface. This is so beautiful with these cardinals on there. This was inspired. Mom loves cardinals, and you know, the cardinals have like a reputation, I guess, of reminding us of our loved ones that have passed on. And so that's sort of where Mom got the inspiration for this specific set. When she sees cardinals, it reminds her of those people in her life that she has lost. And so when she created this, she definitely had those people in mind. All right, so this one's got 4 different signs on it. So we've got 2 4x6s and 2 4x4s. And it says, this one right here says, he will cover you with feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. And then this one here says, I'm always with you. And then you've got these 2 here, which are just this really beautiful square with the cardinals. And then this one's got the floral print in it. Then we have this one here, which we're going to be using today. And we've got just a beautiful sign here. This one does look like it's got some snow in it. This one's a little more wintry. And it's a 5x7, and it's got 3 cardinals on each side, and this beautiful little cottage in the background. And then you've got some little round bits here that you could use as tags. A little tag here that you could tear out that says cardinals. And then down here, this is what we're going to use today. You have these, all of these fun birdhouses that have cardinals on them, and they're all different colors. How fun is that? We have a birdhouse that has a camera on it. We lost my aunt last week, and since a female cardinal has landed on the house, we go to the camera to see her up close, and she's not in the picture. Lynn, I'm trying to understand. So are you saying that you saw the cardinal, and when you went to go look at the camera, she wasn't there? The cardinal wasn't there? All right, and then lastly is this one here. So you have this pretty little framed image right here to make for a beautiful bookmark. And it says, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. And then this one here has 6 cardinals on it. It says, birds of a feather flock together. And then cardinals up here when loved ones are near. All right, so that is her set, and this one's called Loved Ones Are Near. So we are going to be crafting with this one here today, and we're going to be using this little sign that I picked up from a thrift store. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is remove this sticker. So I'm going to use my heat tool, and I'm going to use my plastic scraper. Okay. Absolutely. That's so crazy, Lynn. That's amazing. All right, so I'm just going to heat this up for a second and then see if I can scrape this off. Yes, I can. Look at that. And I chose to use a plastic so that I didn't scrape the paint too badly. Okay. All right, so alrighty, so let's paint this, and I'm trying to decide what color I want to paint it. Let me go on and cut this out so that I know it'll help me with the color. I'm thinking that I want to do this sort of bluish color. That means I'm going to have to mix that though. So I'm just going to trim this out. I know that it's going to be too tall. But I figure I'm going to take from the bottom, not the top. So we'll just put this in here where we want it. Oh goodness, it's actually really small. Let me trim a little more from the top. Thought it was fit a little bit better than that. We want to get as much in there as we can. Let's see, hopefully this will look good. All right, I'm going to grab my scraper and I'm going to use it to press this image. Up against that little trim piece. Okay. I'm cutting off quite a lot of the birdhouses. But what do y'all think? Do you think it's going to be okay? I think it's going to be okay. All right. So let's paint it this bluish color. Instead of doing the red, which is real obvious, let's do this kind of bluish color. Let's see if we can make that color. So I'm going to take, starting out, I'm using this color Aloe. Is where I'm going to start. It is this kind of sage, light sage. I don't have much of it left. So we may have to use another color because there's not much of that. And then I'm going to add in I'm going to add my Aqua Sky, which is like a cyan color. I'm going to add just a little of this. And let's mix it and see what we get. It's called Aloe. The color green I'm using is called Aloe. And then this color is Aqua Sky. And so this color is not super blue. It's definitely a more tealish kind of a color. So I'm getting close. I'm going to add some, let me add some raw umber to it because I know it needs to be more muted than what I have. And raw umber can lend a little green. So before I added more blue, I wanted to add the raw umber. I feel like we're getting somewhere that's going to work and look pretty close to that. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more of my Aqua Sky. I'm going to go even more Aqua Sky, make it a little bluer. Okay, and I'm going to do more raw umber. I want to make it darker. feel like that looks pretty good, but I don't know. It's not quite reading what I want it to read. So I'm going to add more blue, quite a bit, and I'm going to add more raw umber. All right. Now let's see what we got. Okay. I think I'm liking that, but it still doesn't look muted enough. So I'm going to add more raw umber. And I think we're there. I think I'm going to call it. No, he did not, Carol. And he's not going to school tomorrow either. I am ready, though. I'm ready to get back into a routine. Killing me. All right. Let me grab a brush and we're going to just paint this. I think that color is going to be really pretty. Look at that. It's a gorgeous color. So we'll just paint. I'm not going to worry about painting this part because we are decoupaging onto that part, and we've already got the paper. It's printed onto a thick piece of paper, so it's not going to show through. We'll do 2 coats of this. I am just going to kind of get these edges just so that that doesn't show. Look at that color, how beautiful that is. They're expecting that much snow, Lynn? Oh my gosh. I know we were talking about it today about how places that typically have a lot of snow are not getting snow. Like, for instance, Patty's daughter lives in Montana, and it was warmer, a lot warmer there than it was here, and they didn't have any snow. And they were supposed to have some kind of, like, her son-in-law was supposed to have some kind of like bicycle snow race or something like that, and they had to cancel it in Montana because they didn't have any snow. But yet here, where we're not used to having snow, and all kinds of other places where we're just not used to this weather, we got it. And this weather is just, I mean, Florida. If you live in Florida, tell me what your weather situation's like in Florida, because I know it's cold down there. I've been seeing pictures of snow on the beach and icicles at Universal Studios, and ice on grass, like, just, and all that in Florida. It's just craziness right now. I bet they don't, Lynn. You know, we're just not prepared for this kind of weather. And when you get ice, you know, that's a whole other thing entirely. It's like, there's just not a lot that, you know, we can do with that. And that's what we've been struggling with here, because we did get ice. We didn't get enough ice to, like, shut a bunch of power down and things like that, but it's been nearly impossible to get cleaned up off the roads. All right, that looks good. I like that. Okay, so let's try this. Let's see, I forgot. Did I get that side? I think I forgot this side. Okay. There we go. Arizona's gorgeous. I wish. You know, we're supposed to go on a cruise here in a few weeks. I sure hope this weather gets better, because apparently even in Nassau, the weather is in the 50s in Nassau. It's just unacceptable. I'm sorry. It just is. I'm so ready for summer. All right, y'all. California, I tell you. The weather in California is always nice. Okay, that looks really good. I like it. Look at how good that looks. Okay, so let's decoupage this on. Grab some decoupage glue. And I'm going to use a pouncer for this. I'm just trying to be very gentle with the placement of the glue. Okay. So I'm just kind of centering this a little bit. Actually, I might move it just to the left a bit because this birdhouse on the left, or on the right, I mean, it kind of comes out a little further. All right, so I'm going to use my scraper here and get that down in those crevices. All right, and then I'll use my utility knife to remove the excess. Just run this right down the side like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my Celebration Company sander and we'll just remove the excess paper on the sides here. All right. So this is what it's looking like. Always be the reason that your picture bubbles when you decoupage it to a surface. What's the reason? MCL Creations? Thank you, Marcia. All right. Okay, so now I just need to decide what kind of distressing I want to do on this. I'm trying to decide if I want to sand it. I'm thinking I don't want to sand it because I'm going to reveal that white underneath. And so I'm thinking I don't want the white. I'm thinking instead we're going to use the raw umber. Was that board from Dollar Tree? This one? No, it's not. I got this at a thrift store, Patty. Okay, so let's take the raw umber. Let me get another pouncer. And we'll grab some raw umber. You know what would have been really pretty is if I had done this with crackle. That would have been really pretty. Would have been a little hard to do, I think. All right, so I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to gently, I'm just being very gentle with it, rubbing it over this surface. This is what I call faux distressing. That's looking really pretty. I'm liking this. Definitely needs the addition of the raw umber. I'm going to go over the top as well. And I'm just lightly pressing especially when I first apply the paint. I'll see that. Cute, cute, cute. I want to get the sides as well. And definitely these sides where the paper has been decoupaged to cover up any of that white. I think I'm gonna just turn in my pouncer so I can get kind of inside that little divot there. You'll see that. So beautiful. I'm liking that a lot. I want to do something else, I think, up in here. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I think I'm going to take a brush. I don't really know how this is going to turn out, so we'll see. But I'm wanting something in this area towards the top and the bottom of the print. So I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to add some raw umber to it, and then I'm just kind of removing it. Choosing the brush because it'll fit in this area. And then I'm just going to dry brush over this up here. I think that's working. And then let's do the bottom. And then I think I'm going to go over the whole thing. So we're just kind of adding a bit of that at the bottom and the top of the image. Teresa, it is. It is. It's this month's one of this month's paper designs. This is the one that Mom did. And we're gonna remove again, and I'm gonna go across, just dry brushing right across. You can also use the pouncer for this. So I don't have a ton of paint on my brush. We're just going right across this image. Just creating a little bit of texture. That is so pretty. Right there, it doesn't look like it's stuck down very well. I'm going to heat it up, see if I can't get that to lay down. Okay, so this is really cute just as it is. I'm imagining, though, something else. I'm imagining a knob on the top for some reason. So let's see what we can find. Let's see what I've got. I know that I have some knobs, and I definitely got some finials. But I don't know if a finial's right. Like something like this would work. It might be too big though. Let me see. I think it's too big. We need something smaller at the base. That's not bad. It almost reminds me of like a drawer. What do y'all think? That one's not terrible. I'm not super in love with that one. Let's look in my embellishments. Where are they? Now I have to look at these like 500 times to find what I'm looking for. Okay, let's see here. Hang on. This could be really cute if I can make it work. I bet I can't make it work because it needs a screw. Something like that would be really cute. Wonder if I could drill a hole all the way through there. I do have these little knobs. I've got this one here, which isn't bad at all. But I do think this one here would be better. And I've got these, which isn't bad either. Let me see. Hang on, I think I can take this apart. We could paint this. So see, I wonder if I could cut that with my bolt cutters. And then maybe we could paint this. Because the green, I don't know if the green works. What do y'all think? There is a green house, but the green isn't quite right. And I'm not sure if I can make it look more muted because I think it's just gonna come right off. It's just gonna come right off. So now I'm trying to decide, maybe I can't make it work because it doesn't need the knob. I just thought the knob would be cute. Do I have a multi-surface paint? I need to order some multi-surface. I've got this black chalk paint. So let's try it. What time is it? Good grief. It's already almost 6 o'clock. Oh boy. Okay. It's taking me longer than I thought. All right. So I'm starting with the black just for like a prime coat because it's chalk paint. So I'm hoping the black will stick a little bit better. There's a hot glue string floating around and I can't get rid of it. Every time I try, it comes back. Okay. So we've got a prime coat. Let's try it. I'm going to come back with red, I think. So I don't want to do black. So let's see what happens when we add red. I'm going to use this same brush. I'm just removing some of that black because I don't mind if it makes this red a little more muted because this is a bright red. I don't know that this is working. Probably needs to set a little bit longer. It's kind of working. Thank you, Carol. Let's try this. We'll go in with a third coat. Oh my goodness, that's going to be really cute though. That's going to be really cute if we can make this work. We're getting somewhere with this. I'm liking that a lot. So I think I'm just going to just leave it like that. And then we're going to go in with some raw umber. Because I don't want this to look perfect, you know, because it's going to go well with the birdhouses. And so now I'm just going to take my raw umber on my pouncer and just pounce over this. Okay, so we've got the knob. Now let's see if we can cut this screw really quick because we got to have the screw, the head that's on the screw in order to make this work. All right, so I'm going to get my big old bolt cutters. Everyone needs a pair of these in their craft room. Everyone. Okay. And I'm going to cut hopefully. Just like that. Hopefully I cut it short enough. All right, so then let's pop this off. Let's see if I can remember how this went together. This was on the bottom. This was on the top. Like that. And this went through the top. Like that. Oh my gosh, y'all, that's adorable. Okay, so we're gonna have to use some glue to glue this all together. Let me find the middle. Let me show y'all. That is, I mean, I think the knob just made it. It just made it, y'all. Look at that. How cute is that? Isn't that cute? Okay, so let's mark the center. I know, Larissa. Okay, so let's see here. It's about 8 inches. So 4 inches is right here. So this is the middle. Okay, I'm gonna super glue this piece on first. So I'm gonna take some super glue and just put it right there on the bottom. And I'm just gonna line this up right on that mark that I made. Then I'm gonna put super glue on the bottom of the knob and hot glue on the inside to help hold it. Okay, then let's take these pieces out and we'll put super glue right on this top edge. And then we'll stick this little piece on. Then I'm gonna put super glue right around the top here. And then I'm gonna do some hot glue in the middle. Okay, there we go. She probably will, Brenda. Okay, and look how that turned out. Isn't that so adorable? It's busy. I love the addition of the knob. I'm so glad we did the knob. That made it just precious. Look how cute. It is, Judy. Super glue gel is definitely the best. I love it. I couldn't do a craft without it. That turned out so cute. Precious. So anyways, y'all, if you're not a DIY, or I'm sorry, if you're not a Celebrate and Create Paper Club member, I hope that you'll join us because you're going to get gorgeous prints like this and so many more, and you can make so many fun things with them. You can find all kinds of different pieces at the thrift store that you can use the craft paper on and make gorgeous pieces just like this one. That can be signs, that can be different pieces of decor, all kinds of things. So this turned out really pretty. I love how it turned out. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. I'll see y'all tomorrow.